Hey, it's Brooklyn Lou the Skeptic, former evangelical, now a happily godless heathen. Back when I was a Christian, I genuinely thought God talked to me like almost every day. I'd pray, get a feeling, have some thoughts, and boom, God really said something. Or at least that's what I told myself. But did God actually speak to me? Of course not. So here's the real question. What if God has never spoken to anybody? And why do so many people, smart, normal, everyday people, think he does? Let's talk about it. First off, let's be honest. God never uses his own real voice. He uses vibes, imagination, and thoughts. And of course, other people. Because nothing says divine communication like your cousin Frank telling you that God wants you to stop eating carbs. And also to invest in his network marketing side hustle. Apparently, the creator of the universe can't speak directly, but he'll absolutely pass a message through Frank, a man who once lost a fight with a vending machine. And here's the thing. If God wanted to talk, he could just talk, right? He invented language. He's supposedly fluent in every one of them, even the dead ones. He could show up with perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, and instead he's like, here's a vague feeling in your belly. Good luck with all that. But this is where the psychology kicks in. If you're already primed to think God speaks, every random thought becomes a divine message from the Almighty. Your brain whispers, maybe, and suddenly it's God talking to you. You can't even think, I should drink more water, without assuming the creator of the universe is now your personal Fitbit trainer. And once you believe God talks to you, your brain starts thinking every passing thought is a holy notification. You're not hearing God. You're hearing your mental customer service department. You file a complaint and your brain sends back reassurance and comfort. Now here's where things get really wild. The contradictions. If God is speaking to people, he's got the worst communication consistency in the history of the universe. Two Christians can pray about the same situation and come back with completely opposite messages. God told me to marry her. God told me to break up with him. God told me to vote this way. God told me the exact opposite. At this point, God sounds less like an all-knowing deity and more like a toxic ex who keeps texting mixed signals at 2 a.m. And the funniest part, God always seems to agree with the believer. Always. He shares their politics, their personality, their taste in music, and their opinion on their ex. What a coincidence. It's almost like people aren't hearing God. They're hearing a divine version of themselves. So why do people believe God speaks at all? Because it feels good and it's comforting. It makes life feel less random and more meaningful. It gives you a sense of being chosen, like the universe is paying attention to you. And honestly, that's human. We all want guidance. We all want certainty. And we all want to feel like someone out there has a plan. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The voice of God is just your brain trying to make chaos feel organized. You feel scared, and your mind hands you a comforting story with a bow on it. And once you believe God talks to you, every coincidence becomes a sign. Every thought becomes a message. And every feeling becomes a type of divine customer service. But let's flip it for a second. Let's imagine a world where God actually did speak directly to people. If God really spoke, we'd have evidence, not vibes, not coincidences, not feelings in our bellies. I mean real, testable, repeatable evidence. The kind we expect from literally everything else in reality. And the world would look completely different. There'd be no confusion, no denominations, no prophets, no interpretations, no pastors arguing over doctrine like it's fantasy football. God would just, actually say things clearly and to everyone. Wars wouldn't start over religion because God could literally hop on a live stream and say, nope, that's not what I meant. There'd be no televangelists crying into a gold-plated microphone saying what God wants, like they're doing some sort of celestial telepathy. No politicians claiming God told them to run, and no one using God as a cosmic co-pilot. If God really spoke directly, the world would be unified under one message, his, not thousands of conflicting human interpretations. But that's not the world we live in, is it? We live in a world where God is silent and people fill in the silence with their own thoughts. So here's my take. If God ever wants to talk, he knows where to find us. He can use his voice. He can use language. He can be at least as clear as a voicemail from your dentist. Until then, maybe, just maybe, we should stop confusing our inner dialogue with the Almighty. Stop pretending that we talk to God. And if God does speak to you, tell him to subscribe, comment, and like the video. I really do want to hear from him and from you as well. I read every single comment. And if you or God wants to support my channel in a very small financial way, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. Until next time, folks, think rationally and be happy.